Body Bags, where horror lies.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Body Bags. It's week 177, and I'm your Sunday host, Bourgie86 here again. Yes, it is that time again, guys. And the film I got for you guys today is a film from 1970, yes. And this is a film that I always wanted to check out. It's had a very interesting cover art from previous releases of this. It had a very interesting release history of this film. And this, of course, put out by Scream Factory recently, and it goes by the title, The House That Screamed, yes. This film is directed by, let me see if I say this guy's name right without butchering it, Narcisco Abanez Sardaro. I believe I pronounced that right. I probably butchered the hell out of it. But if you don't know him, he's a very famous Spanish film director. The other film that I know that he directed is Who Can Kill a Child, which, ironically, was recommended to me a long time ago, and I do enjoy that film. And it was really cool that I got to check out another film from this guy, because I like his style of filmmaking and the differences of certain subject matters that he talks about in his films. But yeah, this is a very interesting film. Its main setup is, of course, we're introduced to this boarding school for girls setting, which is run by Madame Fournet, who is played by Lily Palmer, who I know from a lot of early 30 films and 40 films. Most famously for us, she would probably be known for in the Boys of Brazil film, if you haven't seen that film. Yeah, and she runs this school for bad girls, kind of to get them ready for society type deal. And they're introduced to our main character of the film, Teresa, who is the newest arrival to this school. And what ends up happening throughout it is we get to introduce to Teresa through all the other characters, including Irene, who is Madame Fournet's assistant, and then we meet Louis, who's actually Madame Fournet's son, who's kind of a recluse. He's not really for bed because of his health reasons, that he's not allowed to leave the house. And we're introduced to all these certain characters that intertwine with Teresa's character. And unbeknownst, a lot of disappearances have been happening, and some of the girls go missing one by one, and it's up to us as the audience to figure out what is going on and what is causing these girls to disappear. That is pretty much the main plot of it, without going too fucking crazy in it, because this is kind of a very spoiler-heavy film with its plot. Now, my thoughts on this: really interesting way that this film is set up. It's kind of a fine example of what we would call a proto-slasher. I would put this in the same desk books of Torso or A Bay of Blood, of the stalking slash aspect. And this film has a lot of cool things with its slow motion kills. It has a lot of slow-mo kills in it that do delve into the slasher aspect of certain slashers that did use that style of filmmaking in the future, which I did like. And another thing that I found out actually when getting into this film, Dario Argento was actually inspired to set Suspiria in a school based off this film. So this film also influenced Suspiria in a way, which was a really cool thing. Very cool camera angles and stuff. Has a lot of cool tension scenes, and the musical score of this film brings out the tension and the aspect of the creepiness of what's going on. And even there's a few jump scares that do happen within it, and I do like that tension scenes, that those scenes delve into it. Now, the rest of the girls in the cat and mouse cases of their characters, you could tell especially with Irene's character, with Teresa, the scenes together are very cat and mouse, and there's a lot of jealousy that ensues, and you can see the tension build in between certain characters throughout the film. Of course, Lily Palmer as Madame Fournet is just outstanding in this film. It's a very performance you have to see to believe the way that her character dwells and the way the character builds to the end. Very iconic scene and intro to her character also that I really enjoyed in the way that she sterns and uses her methods of teaching. Don't want to really spoil those for you either. Really cool thing, and a lot of cool like slow-mo kills. Not a lot of kills though. If you're looking for like a high body count in this film, you're not gonna get it. There's a few like maybe 3 or 4 kills on screen that I remember from watching the film. But other than that, if you like your like slow tension, like building, trying to figure out what's going on in the film, this is definitely a film for you. And if you're a fan of like slasher films and want to see like something that probably influenced them, this is one that you have to check out. I really did enjoy this film with its tantalizing tension build ending to the end of this film is something you have to see to believe. And even my mouth dropped when I saw it for the first time. It was really a dwelling ending that really dwelled well with its story. So if I had to rate The House That Screamed, I'm gonna give it a solid 8 out of 10. It has a lot of good like cinematography and a lot of good like tension and acting and performances. Now, I want to delve into this release from Scream Factory a little. It has some cool bonus features, like an interview with John Mulder Brown, who actually plays Lewis in the film, and it also has a Q&A with actress Mary Maude, who plays Irene. This edition from Scream Factory also has 2 versions of the film on it. Now, it has the US theatrical version, which is in HD, and then it has the extended version, which I did watch. It has in HD, but it also has standard definition inserts in it. Like the extra scenes were in standard definition, and they do look okay for the most part. You could tell like the quality change in like some of the scenes, of course. And it was very odd. They do give you a disclaimer too if you do watch the extended scene. There's like one scene that has like it's out of sync with like its dialogue too. I believe that's what it said inside the warning that you see if you do watch the extended scene. My bad, tongue twister there, talking too much. But yeah, this is actually a really cool release from Scream Factory. I'm glad that they release a lot of like these cool 70s gems. I know I've been giving them shit lately with like all like the retro and IFC titles that I do actually enjoy some of those too, but it's cool that they could release like some cool things like this and too, and it does help that you find out about films like this through like our companies that we know about and follow and collect. So really cool release from Scream Factory. Big props to them. Alright guys, that's it for this review. I hope you enjoyed it, and as always, I'll see you next week with another one, guys. Peace out.